Hello everyone. Today I'm going to be reviewing A Violet Made of Thorns by Gina Chen. Trying to figure out where to put that on the camera on the screen. I really absolutely love this cover. It's so pretty, and if you take the dust cover off, underneath she's got a little inscription here with her initials. The whole thing is just beautiful. I love it. It's gorgeous. I like that she's got a little map. I love books that have maps. It helps so much. I can get it open there so you guys can see a map of the main capital in the book. I'll just read a description for you. Violet is a prophet and a liar, influencing the royal court with her cleverly phrased and not always true divinations. Honesty is for suckers, like the oh so not charming Prince Cyrus, who plans to strip Violet of her official role once he's crowned at the end of the summer, unless Violet does something about it. But when the king asks her to falsely prophesy Cyrus's love story for an upcoming ball, Violet awakens a dreaded curse, one that will end in either damnation or salvation for the kingdom, all depending on the prince's choice of future bride. Violet faces her own choices, sees an opportunity to gain control of her destiny, no matter the cost, or give in to the ill-fated attraction that's growing between her and Cyrus. Violet's wits may protect her in the cutthroat court, but they can't change her fate. And as the boundary between hatred and love grows ever thinner, Violet must untangle a wicked web of deceit to save herself and the kingdom, or doom them all. I really love this book. At first, I thought it was just a single book, but she's writing a second one as we speak. Gina Chen, if you ever watch this, hurry up because I want to know what happens. So, yeah, I'm excited for the sequel for this one. Violet is a seer. It's in a magical world in a made-up kingdom. Violet can see the future. She sees it in dreams. She can read people's futures, their threads, and their past by touching their hands, like by physical touch, from skin to skin in their hands. She grew up in the slums, and when she discovered she was a seer, she figured out how to get known, how to get spotted so that the kingdom would take her in and put her in a position of power. She is a cynic. She sees the world as is. She doesn't She knows the only person who's going to look out for her is her. She doesn't trust anyone. She doesn't believe in love at first sight. She doesn't believe in true love or destiny or anything like that. She's looking out for herself. And if you have to be vicious to do that, then you be vicious to do that. It's enemies to lovers. Her and Cyrus do not get along. They're constantly fighting all the time. The other main character would be Cyrus's twin sister, Camilla, and then the king. Oh, and they have a friend. Oh, I can't remember his name now. A close friend from a neighboring country that he has a little bit of distrust because he's not from there. A lot of the courts don't really want to trust him, but he's the prince's best friend and one of Violet's closest friends. The main conflict is, well, the king is trying to sneakily expand his country, and there's an evil witch that's plotting against. The main thing would be the curse that's on the prince, basically saying that he needs to, his true love, no matter who he picks to be his bride, will either damn the country or be the salvation of the country. So the king wants her, Violet, to make up this prophecy about what she's going to look like. They have a ball. They want to see who he picks, and of course the king arranges it for somebody to come. He says, Violet, tell the prince that this is what his true love is going to be dressed as. So she lies a lot, because for the king's benefit, right? She only wants to look out for herself. It's understandable. She's bold. I don't feel like there's a lot of potential character growth in this. I'm hoping there's a little bit more in the second one, but I mean, she's supposed to be like the anti-heroine. She's not exactly like pure good. Like I said, she's looking out for herself, which isn't a bad thing. It's definitely interesting. There's a little bit of spice in it. Not too detailed, just to give you some warning, but only a couple of scenes. So it's definitely for 14 and up, I would say, for sure. Wouldn't let anyone younger than that read that for sure. I liked it a lot. There were some parts that were kind of confusing the way they worded it, but like it gets a little bit explained better. I didn't really see any incredible big plot holes, and lots of the little things that you're like, what's going on here, that gets explained closer to the end of the book. The ending could be a read alone. You could do it as a read alone, but the way it ends is there's still some loose ends untied that you want figured out. Like the main bad guy may or may not be alive. I should definitely put in that there's spoilers. I don't know if that's a real spoiler. If I spoiled it for you, I'm sorry. But the main bad guy, the main antagonist, I need to get my words right, may or may not be alive at the end of the book. There's some people missing. I need to find out if they're alive or not. Overall, I liked the book. I would rate it 4.5 stars. I really need to read the second one before I get on. I liked the characters. I liked the descriptions. The map of the city helps, although they don't venture too much out into the city. I would have liked a map of the whole continent to get a description, like the different provinces and where the other neighboring countries are in comparison. That would have been nice. Maybe she'll put a map in book 2. I'd like that a lot. Write the second one so I can read it, because I'm dying to read it. I'm trying to think of what it's comparable to. The anti-hero. It's, you could compare it slightly, sort of, to the Hunger Games, for like a anti-hero, pessimistic kind of main character. Definitely enemies to lovers trope. I feel like there's something else I was supposed to say that I can't think of right now. You get the gist of it. Highly recommend. I really do love it. But if you want to wait for the second one to be published before you read this one, because you don't want to wait, I understand that as well. I did not see a release date for book 2. There's not even an official title posted for the book. Yeah. Oh, I just realized the cover is horns. I thought it was, it's horns covered in roses. Like fairies. There is a fairy wood in the book. There are fairies in the book. The only people who have magic, though, are people who are seers. They're the only ones with magic. But there are fairies, they cast glamours, there's a fairy wood. So there's magic in the book too. Overall, highly enjoyed. Definitely recommend. I hope you enjoyed that video and my ramblings, because who doesn't enjoy a good ramble once in a while? Please like and subscribe to my videos, and I will see you guys in the next video. Oh, and I also have an Instagram and Patreon, and I'll put those links in the description box below. Have a wonderful day.